Tubi, Tubi, baby, Tubi, Tubi, baby, Tubi, Tubi, baby, Tubi, got a lot of movies for you.
Well, I just want to let it play.
Hey, it's done.
Amazing.
Thanks for that
so
sound cue,
excited
Ben.
for this month.
Oh my God.
That's right. It's SepTUBI.
SepTUBI.
A month of movies dedicated to watching. I need to start over. A month of movies straight from Tubi, where you don't have to be constantly reminded of costs, commitments, and contracts.
Just commercials.
God, we're so good at this, right, Tubi?
Yes,
Yes.
Tubi.
We're basically spending a month ideally giving them free advertising that then we'll leverage that. Hopefully they'll start to back
Sponsor
us a little
us,
bit.
Tubi.
Yeah, and then we can continue to plug, because what started as a joke, what was our first movie?
Over the top.
Over
wasn't
the
it?
Top. Yeah. And ever since, we've been plugging Tubi on a regular basis. And this month, we decided to do. We're going to review 4 movies. They're all going to be on Tubi. And I gotta say, the selection was we really had to
ridiculous.
narrow it
septubular.
down. Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of movies. And I had to say, the commercials were like 2 or 3. That was it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't
It's
that big.
not that bad.
And it's the whole movie in full, but not edited.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like TNT without half the commercials and not censored.
Yeah.
Back in the 90s.
Right.
Which reminds me, I need to play the graphic. Hold on.
Perfect.
Yeah.
If you can come up with that animation for every single month, like, just somehow wedge it in. Tubi.
Oh, we're ready to bow
Yeah.
at your feet, Tubi.
So I'm gonna just to again reiterate how great Tubi is. I'm gonna spoil my rating at the start of this episode.
Wow,
you guys
it
can
takes
give
a lot
yours
to
at
do
the
that.
end, but just to give you just a picture of the quality, the movie we're doing this week it's coming on the heels of last week. We did Batman Mask of the
Phantasm or Phantasm?
Phantasm.
Okay.
Right? Phantasm.
We had
There
an
go.
argument about this, but I'm
Batman
still undecided.
Mask of the Phantasm, where we reviewed. We had to pay $10 whole for this previous month to watch it on Netflix, or maybe more than that. But animated movie. This week we're doing Akira from 1988,
Yeah.
which was on Tubi, and I'm just gonna say,
Wait, what's this movie we're doing?
Akira.
Oh, I was watching Akira.
Ha!
Oh, man, I watched the wrong
You
movie.
watched the wrong one.
Oh, no.
Akira Battle Angel?
Big oaf. Nice.
Not that far off from this one, actually. But I would give this.
Is that on
movie,
Tubi?
I would give this movie a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10?
Yeah. You know what?
I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10 easily.
Yeah, I'm not. I'll just do my rating and we'll argue about it.
Why not? Yeah.
I give it a 9 out of 10, yeah.
Okay. Aaron,
Close
do you
to 10,
have
like,
yours?
A high close to a 10, yeah.
Do you have your rating already, Aaron? Or do you want to wait till the end? And
I would say it's an 8.
And there,
Let's not listen to that guy.
yeah. and I could,
No, it's amazing. It's very good.
I think why Matt probably gives it more praise because this is his wheelhouse.
yeah,
You love
it definitely
anime.
is.
You love anime.
Well, and just animation in general.
Yeah, it's my wheelhouse, too. As you were, Matt.
For those of you who haven't seen the movie, and I think this is a classic like flashback type episode because they are going to. I want to talk about how they would do it today. But this movie, although it says 1990, 1988.
I think
though.
the U.S. release was like 90 or
Yeah.
something.
Here's the plot synopsis. In 1988, the Japanese government drops an atomic bomb on Tokyo after ESP experiments on children go awry. In 2019, 31 years
Don't
after
you mean Ari? Continue.
Ari. 2019, 31 years after the nuking of the city Kaneda.
Oh, Canada. That's the whole time. I was saying that.
Kaneda, a bike gang leader, tries to save his friend Tetsuo from a secret government project. He battles anti-government
Texaco?
activists,
versus Canada.
greedy politicians, irresponsible scientists, and a powerful military leader until Tetsuo's supernatural powers suddenly manifest. A final battle is fought in Tokyo Olympiad, exposing the experiment's secrets. It's based off of a manga from Katsuhiro Otomo, who was also the director of the movie. We got a comment. I forgot to mention the one from last week for the Batman movie. Who was the villain of Batman Mask of the Phantasm?
Oh, the villain was...
Didn't we decide it was like trauma or something?
Yes.
Yeah, and we just...
Also Joker.
also
that Joker fella.
Also the
I don't
villain
know.
of the movie.
Something gives me a bad vibe about him.
Yeah.
Like, he had a knife.
No, he had a salami.
That's right.
Both our questions posted to our Instagram feed were from the guys at the Launchpad podcast. But this week they asked us,
Cool.
I don't know if it was which is better or not, but they were trying to compare the manga graphic novel to the movie.
Aren't they very different?
And I haven't read it, so I can't speak to
Well,
it. But
there goes our nerd card.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't read the manga myself, but I am told that it is vastly different.
yes, Wikipedia said that he changed the plot of the movie significantly. I guess
Because
so.
it's different.
It's a different medium.
I think it makes me. I heard it's expensive. I heard it's really expensive to get the manga, like ridiculous
To buy it, you mean?
To buy it, yeah.
Yeah, they're fleecing dorks.
Yeah.
the film.
There goes our donations
That's
from
right.
the dork
Oh
crew.
Yeah.
no.
The movie, by the
Dork
way,
Guild is
by the way,
gone.
had a production budget of $5.5 million.
I thought it was
US.
10 million. Maybe
That's what it
it's maybe it's
says.
equivalent to 10 million today.
Maybe, but
Yeah.
just comparatively, 5 years prior to Batman, which we did last
But
week,
like-
that movie had a $6 million.
This movie only cost like a couple more million than Batman did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but 88 and Japanese labor.
Sure,
You know?
but
Yeah.
I'll just
Yeah.
to start off the
It's
whole
so good.
commentary of the movie. The animation is to me
The best animation
I don't
I've
think
ever
I've
seen.
ever seen anything better than it.
I mean, there are
From a especially from a hand drawn 2D. I
So
don't
it-
think there were any computer shots in it.
There's one little computer shot of the little.
Oh, with the, like,
but
little-
that's
hardly anything.
Yeah. So, and I guess there's also computer tracking shots of simulations that they drew over of explosion simulations. So they had like little rotoscoping, I guess.
okay.
Little
But
isolated
I don't know if
things.
that was computer or not, but because there's a lot of explosions and they're really well done.
Yeah.
There are a lot of explosions.
So
You're right.
so it goes like this. It goes Snow White, Pinocchio,
Okay.
Akira. In terms of like really good animation.
One of these things is not like the
I
other.
know, but like in terms of quality animation.
You
like
forgot
that.
Shrek.
Akira.
Akira.
Yeah, I mean, like,
The
seriously.
kids were all the
Yeah,
dwarves at
everything-
one point,
everything
and then
else-
they spun off. And
Well, I'm talking about animation quality. Because
Yes,
after
yeah, sure.
Pinocchio, the animation quality went down in the United States
It kind of did.
because they formed a union.
And they
Yeah.
decided they
What-
didn't want to
what-
work so
They
hard.
didn't want to be slaves.
I mean, this movie has that. I mean, it's easy to compare just because of the type of cyberpunk dystopian stuff. It has that same feel of when you watch Blade Runner of
World building.
the world building
There's
exactly.
something beautiful to look
There's
at.
something just amazing about, and also I feel
The colors are good,
what's
too.
better about this movie compared to Blade Runner is that the like gang violence, social unrest, the weird culture that they've created doesn't feel so like it still feels like really visceral or gritty or
You know what it reminds
to
me
the
of?
max versus in
It's a
Blade Runner there's it has like kind of a weirdness to it which
So-
is just different.
This is a combination of Blade Runner and a little bit of
Fast and Furious.
Clockwork Orange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were like the
And a little bit
the
of
gangs.
post-war angst.
Yeah.
Just a
Oh
touch.
yeah, there's definitely that Godzilla.
but
kind of,
the violent nature that they had towards the gangs and they were kids. So there's a lot of Clockwork Orange.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
feel,
yeah.
And then there's the government, and then it has its own science fiction feel to it. That's something else.
It's kind of a movie, like there are easy comparisons you could make to real world events and stuff, but I feel like this movie tries to defy, like, explanation. It kind of wants you to not think too hard, maybe.
Yeah. And I tell you what, whoever's the first of all the art in animation is good, but whoever worked on the backgrounds are
Oh yeah.
Second to
unbelievable.
none.
Oh my god.
And
Detail.
may I say, this is like the only anime where they actually draw the noses? Did they have a separate department for that? Hats off.
Well, that was that extra $1 million budget.
Yeah, that's, $500,000 there. Yeah.
Noses are kind of hard.
He's like, Aaron.
I would say, in addition to the explosion stuff, one thing I noticed too was just from a level of detail.
The body horror.
That too, but the amount of debris that is drawn and animated, I didn't see a whole lot of looping stuff either.
No.
I didn't see like a lot of where you can see like here's a big chunk of stuff and that same chunk flies through. I didn't notice stuff like that because it felt like there was always a different piece, or even if that was there, they always broke it up with like a cloud or something different. Like the
I'm
visual
sure they had
interest was always
debris
there.
guys who that's all they did.
Yeah.
It's like the rain effect in a lot of Disney movies. They keep using the same one.
Stupid.
It's just the same. It's like the Flintstones.
I've seen that drop before.
I know that. It's wet.
Oh.
Oh yes. What are you thinking, Matt?
Well,
You're lost.
I was trying to see if they kind of talked about the production side on the Wikipedia, but of course
doubt
they don't.
it.
I don't know, but it's beautiful.
Not from
And,
like a
the-
larger standpoint, but
And the art direction, the world they created is amazing.
Yeah, it feels like the kind you could get sucked into very easily.
It makes you want to go to Japan.
They-
It really does.
they did a really good job of also using the city and the setting to. I mean, there were big scenes, so they have
very
like
epic.
they have these like a lot of the like. It's not dissimilar from the seeing riots now, but they have these like. I'm thinking of at the start where the dogs are that big chase in the middle of the traffic or whatever, and you see all the cars and all the people stuck. Then you see the rioters going by, then you see the people chasing them, and then the military shows up. And then they clear out, and you have just the spotlight. Like they do these really good kind of. They go from really congested to really big and open, like at the end at the Olympic Stadium that is now has a giant hole in it because Tetsu just blows through it. And he's got that big like throne chair that's just sitting in there.
Big
like
chair.
you have this like big open space. So like the way they played with that as a means of kind of relating to the characters as it there's this like congestion and social unrest about like where the government and how people are being governed, and then you have these ultra powerful people, and they're in these like almost entirely alone spaces. I just found all of those things very interesting, how they chose to scale up and back at certain times.
I really love the red and blue color palette that they use. It's beautiful. It's really colorful without being like dingy. It's dingy. I mean, it's just it's a great. It's like this is the apex of what like science fiction should look like. You know what I mean?
It was kind of like I don't remember much cyberpunk before this.
Well,
one of the big ones.
if you track Red, I mean, Red is Kaneda's like jumpsuit.
Oh, Canada.
Then you have his red bike, which is like this symbol all the way through.
Yeah.
Too.
Canada flag
There's a
has
lot of
red on
blood
it.
and orange,
And
fire.
then his cape that he gets at the end. Like, I mean, the way all of that
But the red
surely was
But
intentional.
the red in that blue, cold blue, it just works. It's got like a Terminator feel. It's got like a RoboCop feel to it. Like that color, I really like that color palette. I really like it a lot. It's a good color
Well, and
palette.
this movie also doesn't shy away from. You mentioned the body stuff. I mean, even just like blood trails on the ground. Like it has its graphic moments. Like it's not.
Oh,
you know,
God.
I mean, it shows the full scope of the brutality.
And
of some of
there's
this stuff,
also
yeah.
like forced like almost rape in it. Like they show like, and it's like
Yeah, there's
detailed.
nudity in it.
It's
Yeah, I mean,
detailed.
yeah.
It looks real.
Yeah. Which again, just it kind of
Don't you
creates
feel bad for that character though?
the girlfriend
Yeah, she
character.
just dies.
Yeah, she gets sucked into his own like
Just crushed.
body transformation. Like
That's the way
he
to go,
loses
right?
control of himself, and she just gets like
Does it show
just
her-
pops into like a blood blood balloon.
Did the show her pop? I don't remember.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, it
silent,
did.
but it's just like and she just it just is blood in this little sack in him.
It was a very "those are not pillows" kind of moment.
Yeah, the
She
end
didn't
when
do
he
anything wrong.
when he
That's
goes
so gross.
completely
That's the grossest
transformed was
scene.
gross.
Yeah.
But it works though within the context of the story of him like just and as it relates
I have no
to
empathy for him though. I do and I don't for that character. It's like the same character. It's like what was that found footage movie that Josh Trank did?
You talking about? What was it?
Oh shoot. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
The-
The superhero one.
Yeah.
Where he's kind of a superhero.
Yeah, there was
I can't think of it.
there was the email. Look it up while I explain
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
There was this type in Josh Trank.
I'll do what I want.
There was the emo kid that just was destructive, like when he got his powers, that they had to fight. But he's just such that actor plays the same character in every movie.
It was something. I don't want to look it up. I want to try to guess it. It was
Cassandra.
yes.
But he, I just didn't like him. I didn't care that he was bullied. You know what I mean? Once you start inflicting harm on other people, you lose it to me.
Well, right.
I mean, I'm not gonna-
Chronicle.
Chronicle.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like Cassandra.
I knew it
better.
was something.
But I
was right.
But they do a good job at trying to make you feel empathy why he has it. But like, it's good because there's so many cases like that of real people in real life that are like
Getting superpowers.
Well, no,
Was that another I should give you a stick to hit me with.
yeah.
Should be long enough.
But it's a case of someone that they had a bad past, but they choose bad things, and
Yeah, I don't feel
I
bad
don't have
for
empathy
you.
for him.
No,
I
not
really don't. Like once you start hurting other people,
I can say that I get it, but I still don't.
I get it.
Yeah.
but
Well, I feel like they did a really good job of having all of these different chess pieces. So there's
The queen.
there's the bishop over there. No, but
And the horse. We get it.
I don't even know how to keep
I'm
going.
sorry. Go on.
would you stop it, Aaron?
I mean, they set up Tetsu as this really interesting character that he's this like picked on kid that is constantly needing people to stand up for him, and then he gets these powers that were thrust upon him by the government as part of this elaborate, experimentation.
Can we
or
talk
whatever.
about that real quick, and then we can?
I thought
move
they
on?
kind of awakened and they just sort of pushed him along.
So you already had it.
Yeah, that's the implication they make is that it's
Yeah, I guess
dormant
he
in a lot
had
of people.
that pattern, but then they noticed it, and rather
decided to
than
give him the
like
pills.
controlling him, they kept pushing it.
So
The
people
scientists
have.
kept
That's how they explain the power. Like people have it dormant, but because the interaction with that sidekick, it awakened it.
Something like that. That's what it seemed like.
Yeah, I think so.
The little kid sidekick
Yeah.
at the beginning. That scene was rough at the beginning. Ugh.
Which one?
The guy getting shot at the beginning.
Oh,
I don't know.
they're trying to save
I
him.
can feel that for live action stuff, but animation it doesn't really make me think that way. I'm more just like, wow, that must have been hard to draw.
The sequence, the sequence when the big teddy bears and stuff are like torturing him, and like he cuts himself. It makes me laugh, but it's so creepy. Oh, like when
Yeah, that was the one time where I was like, whoa, glass in the foot, no thanks.
yeah. But they were like, oh, gross. It's like the faces that they made.
Yeah.
But the music to that
Weirdo!
was creepy. Yeah, the music to that was creepy and really well done when they were little.
It had like at one point they had like this. It was like people wheezing, chanting, like,
Yeah.
and they had the 80s.
Were they
kind of
trying to mess with
industrial
him,
sound
like
behind it?
tease him, or what were they doing? Why were they doing
They
that?
were probably trying to bully him into not using his powers.
Made him use it
When
But
when they came out as the creepy
Yeah.
monsters or whatever.
What was the point of that?
I don't know.
I
It's a
mean,
good scene, but it was the point of it.
I think
Maybe it was initiation.
Now it's a 9 for Matt.
Yeah. I don't know. I think their goal was to try and corral him a little bit, like to not allow him to I think they sensed that he was about to explode, and so I mean maybe they made it worse, I guess, or maybe this was all part of his imagination, and they weren't necessarily the ones like creating this hallucination around him. That was in his head more than anything.
You know,
Maybe. I didn't consider that.
I gotta say the English dub, it was pretty good, and the mixing was pretty good. I didn't mind the English dub. I've never seen it.
I think
years ago I saw it in the original.
Yeah,
Japanese.
I've seen it twice. This time and the other time, and the first time was in the original Japanese.
I think this movie's probably better to watch in the English dub, or at least once watch in the English dub, so that you don't have to, or watch it twice. So you just watch it because there's so much action on it. And if you're looking down, it's moving so quick that you'll miss stuff.
It's one of those movies where you don't necessarily need to know everything to enjoy what's going on. It kind of it communicates it pretty well non-verbally.
Yeah.
At least I think so.
I mean, there's just so much. It's so dense. I mean,
it's so dense.
There's so much to unpack with the
world,
the government guys, the corruption,
military.
Who's helping who even? It
seems that they give the general guy, he's a good person. He does care about them.
Yeah,
he does care about the world. So
there's a thread of honor and stuff.
Yeah, because they saved him. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. She specifically saved him, and then the scientist guy was probably like the guy that shouldn't have meddled so much.
Yeah, he was unscrupulous.
Yeah, the dangers of meddling.
I mean, it just keeps with the, and I wonder if just thinking about Godzilla, and that there's a lot of kind of connective of like trying to harness just uncontrollable power for good, but how that could be so unsafe as to just, you can't risk it. And that those types of like themes come across here, especially given that they've seen what this looks like already with the big explosion that kicks off the movie 30 years prior.
You know what I saw? I've noticed this a lot in my Japanese video games.
So we got a chat of go on. I'm sorry. Go on.
Akira is a modern art masterpiece. Thanks for the comment.
That's my friend Corey.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In a lot of my Japanese video games, the main characters often do not have parents. It seems to be a theme in a lot of Japanese stuff I'm seeing. And
that's interesting.
What I see in this movie is like a treatise on the repercussions of no father figure in your life. At whatever
parents
scale.
At all. I mean, there's all the younger characters in the movie, and really a lot of the characters in the movie just seem
there's no dads,
completely lawless. So
there's no dads.
I mean, they seem to just murder people whenever they want.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, it's just gang
which
stuff.
is a great call out to Clockwork Orange. I never thought of that.
And there's one dad figure, and that's the military guy. I can't remember his name.
Yeah. I mean, and to your point, Aaron, too, because what I thought about when the scene we're talking about, when there's the teddy bear and the car and the toys come to life and everything, they become monsters. The other part of that scene is that milk just starts seeping out of them, and he's in a pool of milk.
Yeah, hasn't that happened to you?
And all of this feels very like he's a baby. And the baby toys all around him and stuff, and he's almost trying to shed that perspective of himself and be independent, which to your point of like, I don't have parent, like I have to be in this world by myself.
There's a bad need to prove oneself there.
Yep. And for him, it's all the way through the movie, which I think is what's so good about.
It's a complete arc that shows the shortfallings of such an attitude.
Yep.
I think we're too deep. We went too deep on this one. We're supposed to be stupid.
I was about to say, remember the cool futuristic beam guns?
You remember the part with the guy getting shot? That was cool.
The way that
remember when the satellite tried to kill him from space?
The Zeus cannon.
The Zeus cannon.
Awesome.
This doesn't seem dated though.
No, it doesn't.
The technology.
Zero.
And maybe it's because it's animated.
Simply because they drew the noses.
Well,
my opinion.
nothing had to do with like communication. That's the big tell. Is like if people try and like dial on a rotary phone or something.
That's a good point.
That didn't play into the plot.
They avoided a lot of things that date it.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe like 1,000 years from now, helicopters. But yeah, for now.
Speaking out loud.
Actually, this is supposed to take place last year,
Yeah.
2019.
Right.
Same as Blade Runner.
Yeah. What? What?
Yes.
The coincidences compound.
What did you guys think of? So Akira isn't one of the
Akira.
main characters. It's not really, at least. I mean,
He's never really
Akira
there.
is the
He was one of the kids in the orphanage.
yes,
And he caused the
who
first
then-
thing, explosion.
the first explosion.
And this is the second explosion.
Yes.
But he was like pure of heart or something. It seems.
Well,
almost.
at least after attaining enlightenment. We don't know what happened before that.
But his organs and stuff are in these frozen canisters, which that was a reveal I never expected, and I was still surprised, even though I watched it I totally
Did
forgot.
you think
that.
they're like gonna fight each other, Akira versus him?
I thought
somebody
Tetsuo
would
wanted
come
his
out,
help
yeah.
or something.
Yeah,
Ex Machina.
and that's what's amazing about it is that they couldn't figure out Akira. It's not like Akira survived. They couldn't figure him out, and they
Well,
still
yeah, he
kept-
did.
They
Do you know what he's kind of
They
like?
still kept all of his stuff even afterwards because they were still so tempted by the
know what-
possibilities of it.
Do you know what kind
It's
of
amazing
kind of
idea.
they evolved to? Kind of what it is Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah, they went
kinda
somewhere
literally-
else.
yeah.
They're kind of Dr.
His
Manhattan
consciousness is
characters.
elsewhere now.
Yeah, they're basically those kind of deities.
And Tetsuo the same way because
It's very similar
yeah.
powers. That's how you can because. But there's more psychic abilities in these.
Yeah, that's the part that I
I don't know that we're meant to understand.
Yeah, but
that.
Dr. Manhattan can read minds too. So yeah, never mind.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the concept of time. I don't know if they
Yeah.
talk about what else to.
there's just something about. I mean, yeah,
A lot of this defies explanation to me. Like it's really easy to be like, it's just about Hiroshima and Nagasaki, whatever. But that's just
Drugs.
not an interesting
I don't know.
analysis
It's
to
just
me.
an interesting idea.
this. I mean, to me, I think what pushes this movie over the top is, in addition to cool, awesome sci-fi action, world building, great dystopian kind of narrative. The
Got a little Return of the Jedi flavor in there with the speeders.
the
Yeah.
kind of children make the superhero stuff of like people discovering their powers. I just found the core characters of Kaneda, Tetsuo. The Kei is a little bit. She became kind of just the mouthpiece
She's
for
kinda
the
just
one
there. Yeah.
It's kind of a ride.
She's but then the Colonel is a great character. I found the what those people represent, and then how the story evolved. That's what pushes it over the top for me is the believability of their choices and
Yeah.
what was tempting them and
The
stuff.
military dude was actually a good example of moral ambiguity. I'm not sure if he's good or bad.
And the same for Kaneda. Like he, as his friend, he's like doing all these like really great, he's supporting his friend. He's always stood up for him. It's this, but they were in this like crazy violent biker gang. So there's like always two sides
They're
of
jerks.
the coin. Yeah. I mean, he like
He's got
he
a pill
caused
on his
so
jacket.
much property damage in that opening street fight.
Yeah, I cannot excuse that.
Remember the awesome sewer scene? That was
With the speeders? Yeah.
amazing.
I liked how in the beginning the motorcycles' lights always left trails. That was nice and
yeah.
stylish.
Yeah, that was
Just
cool.
a small aside.
Very Tron-like.
Yeah.
Well, what I loved is the speeder itself, which is the poster for this movie is, which I wonder if it was from the manga too,
I wouldn't
with
doubt it.
the overhead of kind of going to his bike. I mean, you'd see versions and parodies or interpretations
Everywhere.
of that everywhere.
It's a well-designed bike.
Oh,
The
yeah.
bike is great, but the way, for some reason, this is what makes Tetsuo such a great character. Even though he can blow up the world, he seems to still just care about getting the bike.
Well, yeah, the
and
bike was his gaining his independence because he couldn't control the bike
And
at
I
first.
loved that. I loved that that stayed with him all the way to the end, and then
the bike is destroyed.
They closed the shot with the bike being all broken up and stuff, and nobody has it. And that's it. I feel
Good
there's
catch.
So much there.
How much of a
The
kid
bike
he
is a metaphor. Here at Spark of Madness, we dissect metaphor.
What the metaphor?
I wish I had an answer.
You have a soundboard that can.
Okay, what's a metaphor?
What's a metaphor?
I pushed a random key.
That's okay.
So did you guys know that they are supposedly releasing a live action of this next year?
Nope.
Don't
I don't
wanna
want to
see
watch
it.
it.
Do you know who's directing it?
Don't care.
Don't care.
I think at least you would have an initial reaction, I think.
Okay.
Either negatively
Is
or
it
positive.
directed by Mel Gibson?
It's Taika Waititi.
I still don't care.
Yeah.
I feel like that's I feel confident in his ability to handle a movie, but if you add humor to this movie, I don't think it
No.
works anymore.
Nope.
Honestly,
Nope.
I think you you just raised the difficulty
Coming from
level.
me, that should mean a lot.
Yeah, I don't think you should touch it.
No, leave it alone. It's fine.
For me,
Why would you need to? Unless you're going to change it, in which case...
is Disney making this? Seriously,
It's actually DreamWorks.
wow.
Just kidding. I don't know. Who
Is it? Yeah. Is
Will
it?
Shrek be in it? I might consider that.
Donkey.
You know, this animation I could watch more than any computer animation stuff.
Yes, it has so much craftsmanship.
Oh, I can watch it over and over again. It's just, we'll never see anything like this. We'll never see any much more 2D animation nowadays because it's not
There's not a market for
it's not an
it.
economic model that gives them money, makes money for them. Unfortunately,
No, and I mean, the detailing that's accomplished in just general anime series is
cheap.
I don't know.
It's cheap.
It's cheap, but there's more to it than just like an average cartoon show. This just for whatever. It just every
best.
second is so rich.
They're not
with
animated on
detail.
twos. The movements are great.
When it's stylistic, it's not like hyper realistic either. It's not like it's meant to be.
Yeah, it looks real. It's stylish. That's a good point. Stylistic versus realistic. Versus hyper realistic because it feels like a real universe they create. You know
Actually,
what I mean?
I don't want to be pedantic, but I think this is animated on 2s. It's just normally anime is animated on 4s.
I don't know. There's some fluid motion.
I'm sure sometimes it is.
Like this little scene right
Yeah,
here.
I'm sure there's examples, but
Yeah.
generally, in any animation, there's going to be a lot of 2s.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
I know he was in the manga. I saw the.
I remember
pages for
that hairdo.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not a lot of standing around talking and not moving shots. You know.
Thank God.
I mean, just all of these moments are so epic. Like when he escapes the
Tetsuo, you mean?
when Tetsuo escapes his cell for the first time, and this is after he's confronted the crazy, creepy milk dolls coming to life. And he just blows them up in the hallway and leaves. I feel like I've seen that sequence 50 times in TV shows or of people like busting out of the door and then walking down the hall. I don't know if I've seen something before Akira that was that,
Had a lot of
badass, I
oomph
guess.
to it.
Yeah, it just is.
It
has so much power. behind it.
Stranger Things taking a lot from this too, a little bit with their character.
Yeah, a
she's
little
got
bit,
she's
yeah.
got a number and she's.
Oh yeah, that's right. The numbering. Yeah,
and
which I guess was
she's
pulled from another thing.
And she has psychic abilities and stuff. So that theme has been taken.
I smell a lawsuit.
It's not that much of a lawsuit.
Okay. A half lawsuit.
It's more like
No, we're not sponsored by A&W. Put that away.
A and W.
Oh, Tubi, why aren't you sponsoring us? We're so
Tubi,
good.
I gotta say though, the fact that this was on Tubi is
For free.
amazing to me.
Didn't have to
For
sign
free.
up.
Yeah, you
Couple
just
commercials.
Go to the
That's it.
website, type it in, and you watch it.
You don't even
Yeah.
have to make an account.
Yeah, the only time you have to make an account if you put it on if it's on like one of your devices.
You just watch.
I didn't
You
even have to do that.
3
Yeah.
1-minute commercials or something, and
Yeah.
it's over.
It's done.
and you're done.
It's
great.
like TV, except better.
It's better than anything, and they have a whole selection.
We're not scripting this. Give us
No.
money, Tubi.
No,
We're not getting paid for this.
the one
We
gripe.
believe in it.
It is the Ron Swanson advert. Like
We really like it.
It's of approval. We've just
I mean, they have
discovered a
Akira.
great thing, and we need you to know about
Akira.
it.
They have our movie for next week. Are we doing Apocalypto next week?
Yes,
We're doing Apocalypto next week.
Uncensored. Now the only rub we have on it is 720p, but I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that.
especially
It's
like,
for free.
It's free
For free.
for free.
For
It's not
free.
that bad. 720p is still HD.
It's amazing.
But their library of movies are great. Like, do you really care? Like, most people don't really care if it's 1080p 4K.
I really don't.
Maybe 4K.
I mean, if I bought the movie, yeah, it better be at the highest
but I'm
resolution.
gonna watch it. Like, oh yeah, I'm not downloading it. I'm watching it legally.
I mean, like sometimes it's like we'll do a movie. Sometimes it's an obscure one, or
Yeah.
even one that you guys have
An off
recommended,
movie.
and we got to go track it down.
Yeah,
or
like
pay for it.
Velocipaster.
that was on there too.
Yeah, it was on there too.
Tubi.
Yeah, Tubi was on there too.
But sometimes it's like, okay, if you're listening to this podcast and you're convinced, you just heard a 10, 9, and 8 for this movie, I would argue it's easily top 5 animated movie. If in sci-fi,
Easily,
I mean,
yes.
it's in that.
It goes Snow White,
Shrek.
Pinocchio, and
Boss
Akira.
Baby,
Boss
then-
Baby, then
Despicable Me 3.
yeah. The Rocky and Bullwinkle cartoons.
Space Jam.
Yeah.
Does that count?
Yeah,
Space Jam's
Space
obviously
Jam.
number 1, permanently number 1.
Okay. But Akira's way up there.
I mean, if you were listening to this, you'd be like, okay, I got to go find that. Oh, I don't have a Netflix account. I don't have this. This is literally type it in, watch it, and
you go.
done.
TubiTV.com,
No
I
commitment.
believe.
So it's up to you, my friends. To be or not to be? That is the question.
Let me play the sound. Wrong sound. I tried.
that big Akira behind him. And it,
Stop stepping on my jokes.
I'm trying.
Good God.
okay, so 10, 9, 8 for this movie.
Averages
highly
out to a
recommend,
9. I agree with
definitely.
that.
All I need is a jack and a queen.
I did it right that time. All right.
Next week, Apocalypto.
Next week.
As we continue our month of SepTUBI.
God, I've been waiting for this for like months.
good.
I've never seen it.
You've never?
You've never seen Apocalypto?
No.
Okay, I have a recommendation.
Is
You
it-
should do it like I did if you feel like you have the time. I watched the movie first without subtitles. I have no idea what they're saying. The second time I watched it with the subtitles.
Wasn't the original release not with subtitles?
I don't know. I didn't see it in theaters.
Okay. Well, okay.
I actually don't know if I ever saw it with subtitles on.
Well, there you go. You can
Well,
actually
that's-
know what they're saying.
That's for next week on the Spark of Madness podcast.
Yeah, I think that's a good ending right there.